Hello. Today I wanted to talk about how to draw a rotating box diagonally. And hear me out, I actually did some prep work this time. Um, in a previous video I talked about just rotating a box pretty much from right to left. And I did another one from top to bottom and bottom to up. But there was another one that kind of caught my mind. It's rotating a box diagonally. And I know this isn't like perfect diagonal. I know it's like a bit of like a curve, but I made a path in red to kind of show how certain corners are going to map. So we have the start box right here. And the start box has like, okay, the front side of it is 1. The back side of it is 6. We can only see the front side. I drew through the box here. Not that well, but to kind of show like the sides. Like side number 5 is left, not visible to the viewer. Side right is 4, not visible to the viewer. The second side is top, not visible to the viewer. The bottom side is number 3, not visible to the viewer. And 6 is to the back, and that's also not visible to the viewer. But side 1 is visible to the viewer. It's because it's in the front, if you think of it, how the box sits in 3D space. So as I drew the path to an ending point, basically what I did was I rotated the box starting with like this corner here, and the corner ends in the same place. Like this is the same as that. They're both the same corner. Wait a minute, I may have just made a mistake. If I'm not thinking right. Oh no, I'm definitely not thinking right. Okay, I'm actually really sorry about that. Excuse that blunder. It's actually this side and this one. You know, what if I draw another path to it? I'm really sorry about that. And I'll draw that maybe in green to show how the corner is going to be rotating. It's going to be here. Well, maybe if I just draw in the corner right there. Oops. This corner is the same as this after the diagonal rotation. Like that is equivalent, or maybe I should just say identical to that one. They're the same corner. A bit difficult to think about it, but please bear with me because I'll show you. So as we rotate this box, there's going to be a middle point in which you're going to have, oops, what am I doing wrong? You're going to have a point in which the, I'm trying to figure out why it's doing that. That's weird. Maybe it's because those should be on the top. I'm just keeping the path highlighted for my reference. So, oh, that is so annoying. Okay. Well, I just obliterated that, which is not what I meant to do. I'm gonna say this point right here, right? And I did it again. So there's a point in which the corner of our box that I have green, the one right here and one right here, will reach this point in which it will be closest to the viewer. And I'm going to draw that box. Because if you think about how we're rotating the box in 3D space, it makes total sense that there's going to be like obviously some distortion when it comes to it. Or a lot of distortion. I guess there are many ways that you can try to portray the box as we rotate it. And I guess there are just so many different types of extremes that you can go to as you go about doing this. I feel like to really take a grasp at it, you have to try a bunch of different ways and play around with it. And this is actually funny because I messed up again, because I think it should be there. Yeah, I think it should be there. Well, you know what? I'm going to stick with that for a minute before I get to that point. Just to tell you, just because this corner and this corner, just because it's going to be occurring at this corner here is going to be the closest to the viewer. So I will mention that again. And I'm just plotting out certain points of the box that we have. And there are many different ways to try to do this. I think in another video I'm going to talk about how I usually like to pick a plane to start with instead of just trying to draw you know, some type of T shape to do it. But the T shape can be helpful. It's not really a T, it's more like an inverted T, but I feel like there's a lot to be said. And I'll have to mention that in the other video. I guess if you do want a tip on the side, trying to fit boxes and certain things could really help grasp an understanding. Like, I definitely messed that up. I feel like it should be more converging. This side kind of just totally goes off the path. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it should be more like that. Darn. Well, at least I have an eraser, but if you're doing this using traditional tools, I am sorry. I usually do not like to erase, and more often than not, when I am using traditional tools, like a pencil, I try to be more careful. It still looks a little off, but I think it works for the time being. It's important to note that I'm going to show you how the sides map in a moment. I also realized I didn't plot the back of this box yet. I feel like it could be helpful to do. It could be really difficult to think about. Yeah, I don't like what I'm doing, because I keep thinking I'm messing it up somehow. Because it gets really weird. It gets really weird when you do that, because it's hard to tell what side is what. But don't worry, because I'm going to show you how the sides map. And as I kind of did a little bit of a key before, I hope this will help show it. I'm just making another layer to show you how I'm mapping the corners. Well, you know what? I really didn't need to do that. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, so we have the middle, right? We have this middle box right here. And, you know, whenever I draw through my forms, sometimes it becomes a bit confusing to tell what is forward and what's not. And I feel like you get better at it the more you do it with experience. But let me try to show you what is kind of like happening as I rotate around this. And it's even kind of confusing me, which is kind of like the irony of the whole situation. But in short, as we're doing this rotation, wow, yeah, see, it's still just confusing the heck out of me because I kind of just chose an arbitrary rotation when I was doing this. I didn't do, like, there is a massive array of boxes you could have done between here and here, but I kind of just did, like, one extreme. But in short, this top side is number 5. The bottom side is number 3. No, that can't be right. No. Yeah, see, it's even confusing me. I should have thought how to make this simpler. But just know, like, we're here. We have to get it to over here. And obviously it's going to be doing another rotation as we go about it. Give me just 1 second to think about it, because even I'm struggling a bit with it, with how it goes. I do believe that is going to be 5, considering how it's rotating. I believe that this is going to be 3. The bottom, which I think. Why am I doing this? What am I doing here? I think I did too much of a rotation here. Because I keep thinking that this needs to be 1 and the back is going to be 4 somehow. Yeah, that's perhaps I made it too complex. Because now I keep looking at it, I'm thinking if I wanted to explain this example, I would have had to make the corner here instead, if I just wanted to do that quick and easy rotation. Maybe I'll just, before I go on, I'm just going to try to draw another box to kind of show where we want to be heading towards. I'm just doing this a bit more loose and quick. Because if I do that, So what I did, well, yeah, this side is going to be 5, which would mean that this side would have to be 3. This back side would have to be the parallel side to it. That bottom would have to be 4. But that would mean this would have to be 1. That side would have to be 1. I believe in this case, the back side would be 2. And wait, no, I think that would, wow, I am confusing myself so greatly. Yeah, I'm doing a good job here at really just absolutely baffling myself. Perhaps I should have just tried to draw the boxes more. So I think I definitely believe that is going to be 5, and in short, because of that rotation I did, this bottom side, so top is 5, 4 is the bottom, next to 5, which is like this leftish side, And across from 3 is 2. So 2 would be the right, oops. 2 would be the right side. Across from 5 was 4, I already mentioned that, for being the bottom. 5, which is so weird. Why is this confusing me? I think I was right in which the bottom in this case is going to be 1, even though we haven't gotten to the extreme of here yet. And 6 is still going to be like not visible, I believe. Yeah, I think that makes sense because no, it can't be. It's impossible. What the heck am I doing wrong? Okay, hold on for 1 second. What I've done is I made 5 in front, 4 in the back. Well, over there I've done that. Okay, I keep confusing it with that because I'm just doing a partial rotation here. 5 across from 5 is 4. Across from 3 is 2. Across from 1 is 6. So yeah, I do believe I was right here. So, sorry, I was just confusing myself a bit. Because I kind of just did an extreme. But thinking of other ways to kind of do these intermediary boxes of the rotation, in which if you were doing this like as an animation, I mean, you probably do, I think they call it like in-betweens for like the array of potential boxes as you go about. And for some reason, I keep thinking like there's going to be a box like, there's going to be like something kind of like that. Maybe I'll do it a bit more loose rather than trying to get too accurate here. So thinking of it like that, what I did with this box here is I'm keeping that area there to be like the beginning of the rotation, and I'm guessing I could have taken it to an extreme. I could have done even more for it. I could have done an entire whole nother array, but I guess it really depends on how you want to start doing this. Like perhaps I should have used a straight line instead of a curved line, because when I do that curved line, I think that what kind of ends up causing me to structure it like that. Because I'm thinking like if you immediately kind of do like, if it was more subtle, because these initial turning points are, it's all kind of looking the same to me, which I feel like I'm doing that a bit wrong. Perhaps I should try to learn some type of animation to try to help myself understand this more. I'll have to revisit this again because I feel like I just keep making the same box in a sense. I should have made the axis line that I'm trying to orient these straight instead of the curve that I did. So I definitely see how that's kind of a bit of an issue. I do hope that this was helpful in some way. I keep thinking maybe I went on a tangent and perhaps I maybe should have redone this video. I'll have to give it some more thought. Tell me if this was a bad video in the comments. Yeah, but maybe before I do that, I'll try to draw some other type of boxes, because I keep thinking of the T here, which is like this corner right here, and you know how you could have made that T more extreme. Like initially, when you're doing this rotation, it's just going to be like kind of doing that. You know, if I drew the rest of the box, it would just be, you know, I could draw the rest of the box, but what I'm really trying to do here is I'm trying to move the green corner here. I'm trying to rotate it to become over here, which is kind of like our end goal. So as I went about doing that, we went from a corner that was just like we couldn't see anything. I guess it would kind of, you know, let me do that one more time. It would kind of be going from like a T shape like that. It would become more gradual, in which as it comes up, we start to see the other side that we couldn't see before. So what ended up happening was the side that wasn't visible, which is the back. Well, actually, no. Technically, I'm wrong. No. Yeah. So technically, the back that we couldn't see before. This is side 6. We couldn't see the back here, but as we rotate it, we eventually begin to see more of it, which that's that side 6. And as we rotate it even more and continue to do this, you know, it kind of looks like a bit of like a diamond shape now. If we rotate it more, what's going to end up happening is it begins to become more resembling of the square shape, like the square side shape. So effectively what ended up happening is the side that was once not visible is now visible. Maybe I'll like quickly draw it very sloppily to kind of show what was going on in my head as I did this. Believe it or not, I did try to think about it before I made this video, but sometimes I just need to like draw it out and talk through it in a video form before I could really get it in my head. And this would be side 6, and as you go to a more extreme, eventually it's going to be looking just like our box. I mean, it is a box. Don't get me wrong. And as I was going here, well, this is definitely breaking all the rules that I was saying before, because in this box over here, we still ended up with 6 on the top, and it's not visible. But I guess what I was doing there, instead of that, it would have been that this side was 5, or I may be really messing this up. I'm probably really messing this up now. I believe that was 5, that was 5, and what we ended up doing here, I didn't really do a good extreme here. I kind of ended up rotating it again even more, which really messed it up. But eventually what ended up happening here was this 5, I ended up doing a rotation, so that's definitely a mistake, in which when I did that rotation again, it ended up causing me to, I don't remember drawing that. No, I do. I remember now. But when I did that rotation, I really messed it up. I'm really sorry about that. Perhaps I should have been more exploring instead of doing it that way. But in short, this front side is our side 5, and that's the side that's visible. The side 6, which is like directly behind our box, is not visible when you're in like this perspective. I explained it before with how we got here. But yeah, that was just not good. I'm really sorry. I'll probably just have to redo this video entirely. It's really frustrating me. Okay, but don't worry. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to talk about the T-shape more and how it could be used to determine sides of boxes and to help determine orientation and rotation of various boxes. I think it's something that's not really talked about so much, and I think it's really important for people who are trying to figure out how a box sits in 3D space, or even like a plane can do that. But yeah, I'm really sorry. If something is confusing, just like yell at me in the comments, and I'll try to cover it again. But thank you for listening. I hope this video helped. I feel like I just ended up confusing myself when I have a whole script here written down on my left, but I still feel like I messed it up. But okay, thanks again for listening. If you like the video, please like it. If you don't, dislike it. If you have a question, please ask in the comments. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.